So in this lesson, we'll start by adding some interior lights. So we will go to here, lights, and then we'll select this spotlight here. If you just click here, it will add on this surface here. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to tell where I want this light to shine. So I'll just go here and I'll point here, or maybe here. Let's see, maybe here. Okay, now this is too wide, the cone angle, so let's reduce this. Let's put it at about here. The brightness I will reduce as well, and I'll put the color I have here on the color codes, this one, just to paste. Okay, the shadows I'll set to high. I just set this to high on the ones that are basically my main lights. Okay, now I'll duplicate this one, just to select, and holding Alt, just drag. Okay, and let's put it here. And now let's do the same thing. Let's select where we want our target. So let's say, I would say about here. But for this one, I want this to be maybe a little bit more like this, the cone angle, and the rest is fine. Actually, I'm just going to decrease a little bit the brightness, like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see how this looks in the render. Okay, so if you press F8, the key F8, you'll see the shadows, okay? Lumen by default, it doesn't put these shadows, so it doesn't cost so much on your computer, but just press F8 and you'll see where your shadows are. So now let me go back. And I want some light here on these little spots. So let's copy this one again, holding Alt, and I'll place it, let's see, place here one. Okay, now I need to point this more towards this door, because I want to have just a little bit of light here. So what I will do, first I'll just move it lower a little bit, then go here and maybe like so, just increase a little bit the angle. Just see. Okay, like this is fine. Then decrease this. Okay, now let's duplicate this one and move it here. Okay, and let's duplicate this one again and move it here. Okay, now let's select this one and we'll point more or less towards this area. Okay, and this one, same thing, about here. Okay, so just want some little bit of ambient light here. Okay, let's take another render. Let's see. Okay, I think this is too much. We need to decrease, especially these two lights here. We'll decrease the light. Let's see. So if you hold Control, you can select multiple lights. So select just these two. And I'm going to decrease like around here. And I'll just take another render to see if this is what I want. Okay, these ones are looking better, but this one is too much here. So what I will do, I'll decrease and move it a little bit as well. I'll select this one and I'll just move maybe like this, and I'll decrease just a little bit. I think that will do it. Now here on this area, I want to add some light here, and but here I'll add different type of light. I'll add a area light. It can be this one. Let's add here first. The color for this one, it's this one, color top. Okay. Now I want this light, so let me see. Okay, it's already visible from interior, but I'll still make the width larger, the length a little bit as well, and the fall off I'll adjust more or less, maybe like this. Okay, and now I just want to rotate this light to be facing the wall, not here, like this. Yes, like so. And now I'll just move it inside like this. Oh, actually, I'm facing the wrong direction. Sorry. I want to face the other way around like this. Okay. And I'll just move it a little bit lower like so. Let's see. Okay, I can just make it more wide. Okay. Okay, we just take a new render. It's looking nice, this area. Now we have more contrast here, but I think that right now it's a little bit too much, so we need to decrease the fall off and the brightness of the light. And also this one, I don't like this sharp line here. So let's see what we can do to fix this. So we can just move it this a little bit lower. And now increase the cone angle, like so. Okay. Now for this one, we will decrease as well a little bit the brightness of it. Let's see. Maybe like this, and I will increase the fall off even more. Okay, and like this, and decrease. Okay. Okay, I want to do some fixes to this ceiling as well. Maybe increase a little bit more. Okay, and let me see if I can rotate a little bit. Okay, I think it will look better like this. Now let's go to the render. Okay, I think this area now looks better, as well as this one. I will just move this light here, and with a floor lamp as well, just a little bit here. So you can select this. Actually, first we go here, select all categories, and then we select both with the move tool and holding shift. I am just going to drag it just slightly like this. Okay, now let me see if it's in the position that I wanted. I just want to move them a little bit back like this. Okay, just take one more render. Okay, I think this is looking good. Even this area here, I like this ceiling like this because it gives it this reflection from this light. I still think there's some adjustments we need to do regarding the preset. So let's go there, back. Let's see, color correction. I think here we can still decrease a little bit more this tint. Maybe add a little bit of vibrance and The brightness, let's increase it and increase a little bit more the contrast as well. Okay. Then the saturation like this. Okay. And it's fine, everything else. Now, as for the shadow, let's see the shadow, we can move this a little bit back. Okay. For the coloring, we'll increase it. And brightness, we'll leave it about here as well. The rest will keep the same. Now for the exposure, we will decrease just a little bit. Okay. And let's take a new render. Okay. Now let's see the before and after. Okay. What we need to do now, we need to activate here the skylight. We need to put this to high. And just by doing this, you'll see how much difference it will make. Okay, so see, before and after, before, after. So it's completely different. But there's still more things that we need to do. Let's just go back to this color correction. And here, let's just put this back, maybe like this. And this one is fine. This one, it was fine like this. The contrast, okay. Just a little bit less here, okay. Now for shadow, I think this one should be about here, okay. And I think everything else is fine. Now we need to start adding our reflection planes. So to do this, we'll go here. We'll increase the reflection threshold, as I showed you before. And now with this on low, don't forget that we need to have speed ray reflections turned on. And with the preview quality on low, we will start adding the planes. So let's see which planes we need. This one, definitely. We need this one on the back. Actually, I need to, I have this red. Why? Because I didn't set up the material. So let's just go back first. Let's apply this. So I need to go here and standard. Now let's see. I don't want this to be reflective, so okay, more or less like this. Okay. Anything else missing? Okay, I think that's everything. Now let's go back to the reflection and let's add this plane here. Okay. Let's add the ceiling. All right. The windows. Then we need this table. Okay. And we need the floor. Actually, we can put this plane here. Okay. Okay, I think it's everything that we need. Let's go back. Now I'm just going to do this in normal. And let's see the difference. So you see now how it's reflecting properly everything. I think I have my ceiling too reflective. I will decrease a little bit. I'll just decrease here a little bit and here as well. And I'll increase this to be a little bit more white. Okay. And the relief as well. Reduce a little bit. Okay. Now I noticed that we still have some shadow, some light coming from here. So what we will do, we will adjust this again. Just maybe push it a little bit to this side. Okay, that soap is not visible on the render. And actually, let's move it up. Okay. Okay, let's see again. Yeah, now it's perfect. We don't have any more this, but we are seeing just a little bit of this. So we'll just move it a little bit back and it will be fine. Okay, like this. Let's see. I think it's fine. One thing I need to do, I'll put this on low first. I need to go back to the exposure and increase just a little bit again, like so. I want to see the skylight in ultra and the reflection as well to the maximum, because I want to see if this will be already my final render. Okay, I think we still need a little bit of less yellow here. Okay, still too yellowish. I think this light is hitting this wall as well. I don't want that. So I'll just point it towards this wall. Okay, here. So let's go back. Just going to increase this. Yeah, exactly. It's going here. I'll decrease this cone angle and I'll point it just more to this side. Okay, wait, like this is fine. Let's decrease this. Okay. Let's go back to the render. Let's put this in low so we can work. Now let's go back to color correction and we will decrease this. Maybe I'll increase a little bit the brightness. And as for the contrast, a little bit more as well. Okay. Now let's go back and let's go to the shadow effect. No, not shadow, sorry. To the sky and clouds. And this sky and clouds, I'll just increase a little bit this. Okay. Let me see, without even the reflection, to the maximum. Okay, let's go back here. Let's just see one more thing. I'll just go to the shadow here and I will put this one about here, the brightness, and I'll increase a little bit the coloring. Okay. Just need to see the difference. Okay, it's looking better now. Let's go back. I just need to check one more thing. Here on color correction, I'll increase just a little bit more the contrast. Okay. And I will activate back the reflection. Okay. And I'll take another render. Okay, I think now we are ready to take our final render. So to do this, now we're going to check if we have everything. So this needs to be high. Okay, and everything else is fine. We'll go here, render, and we'll activate the specular, the lighting, and the material. Okay, and we'll render in this resolution, render poster. Actually, I'm gonna name this final. So in the next lesson, we will bring all of these maps into Photoshop and we will start making our color adjustments and add some effects.